Hey everyone, how are you? So it's Wednesday, and I figured why not come in here and share some Wednesday wisdom. And for some reason, the lighting is sort of odd in here, so I've got to stay there. No, I don't like the lighting. No, anyways. I figured I would come in here and share some words that have been in my mind. And, I love to share a little bit about myself. And for those of you who don't know me personally yet, my name is Uniris Estevez, and I am your Conquer Tribe leader. And the other day, somebody asked me something very interesting. And they're like, Uniris, why do you always use that hashtag, Conquer Tribe, or Conqueror, or Team Conquer? And I want to share with you that because I don't think I have completely expressed what that word means to me. And to conquer means that we're basically not quitters. To conquer is that you firmly believe in something and you set your mind towards whatever it is you firmly believe, and you're going to go after it, regardless of the storms, regardless of the circumstances. You set your heart on something and you're going to do it. And this is annoying me because I feel like I only have eyes. I don't have a face. And I don't like it. So a conqueror is someone who, regardless of the storm, will always figure things out. And I believe to be that type of person. So, you are like the people you surround yourself with. So if you are following me on this page, or you're my friend, you're my personal friend, we share that in common. You are a conqueror. And I want you to kind of, identify with some of these things, because I think it would bring, this is better. No, it's not. No. And the thing is, this area has very bad connection, but it's what I have. So I need to learn to deal with my circumstances. Example number 1 of how you are a conqueror. So we're people who believe that we will figure things out. We may not have the answers at the moment, but quitting is never the answer. Basically, it's just sticking your heels down on what you firmly believe, and knowing that in your heart, somehow, some way, things will find their way, or the solution, and you'll figure things out in the end, right? So that's one way, and that's one of the definitions on why I've considered and why I've named my team Team Conquer. And I'll explain a little bit more about what type of team it is that I lead, right? Also, a conqueror is somebody that when life gets very messy and life gets a little bit confused, and if you look ahead, things look shady, things look uneasy, things look as if they're not gonna be okay. But a conqueror is someone who, instead of hiding or running away from the situation, the conqueror stays put. The conqueror puts their seatbelt on, tightens it up, because you recognize you're heading into a turmoil. You're heading into, what is it that the airplanes call that? Cuando hay mala señal, cuando el tiempo está malo. Ay. That, tormenta, tribulación, that's coming. So you're just going to secure yourself a little tighter, because you know the time that's coming, it's going to be tough. But what you do is you dig your heels in. And for me, that means I dig deeper into my faith, what keeps me grounded. And if you're a conqueror, you do the same. You seek to find the things that keep you sane, the things that keep you in order. I like to also fool around and say whatever keeps your chakra in your right place, right? And you decide that you can't control the situation that surrounds you, but you can go to work on yourself, because that's the only thing at the moment you have that is in your control. And you can't control the people who are with you. You can't control the circumstance that is at your same instance and that is bothering you, that's disturbing you. But you can control your thoughts. You can control the words that come out of your mouth. You can control the way you react to certain things. And that's another trait that a conqueror has. You don't run away. You dig yourself deeper into your roots and you find that sense of reality and you go to work. But you don't go to work on anyone else but yourself, because you understand that you are your best project, because you're the only one who can control yourself. A conqueror is someone who is always seeking lessons out of life. Someone who is experiencing a difficult moment, but because they know they're going to overcome that moment, that experience is going to serve them in the future as a lesson so that they can teach other people. Because a conqueror is not only conquering territory for themselves, but they're conquering a land so that they can, others that come behind them can inherit it. And to me, that means that I'm a conqueror, because if I'm able to overcome, I know that in the future I will be able to lead my children to better grounds. I will be able to lead myself to stronger waters and to better places. And I know that my struggles will one day serve to be the message to someone else. So I understand, and if you're a conqueror and you have that spirit in you, you understand that the lessons that life comes with, they're in your face for a purpose and for a reason. And if nothing else comes out of the storm that you're in, you will overcome and you will be a stronger person. And that's to me a conqueror. That's someone with a conquering spirit. Hey Sarah, how are you? Glad you joined me. A conqueror is someone who knows how to maintain their cool. So turbulence was the word I was looking for before. If you've been in an airplane and you've noticed that the airplane is shaking really bad and you're like, oh my God, we're going to fall, we're going to crash, oh my God. It's just going to get worse and you're just going to lose your control. If in the circumstance you learn to stay focused and in your cool and in your peace, you will understand that this too shall pass. No matter how hard things get, you have to find that place that will bring you peace and will give you the idea that you will overcome. But if you quit, then you won't overcome, and then you will be just overcome by the situation. But if you stay in your cool and you're calm and you're collected, you can actually figure your way out of the situation. And another quality or characteristic that a conqueror spirit has is that we understand that each chapter of our life is just a chapter. It's not our destiny. It's not our whole entire life. Each page you write in your story that is your life is just that. It's a story. It's a piece of the puzzle that creates your whole form, your whole self. But if you give in to, oh, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to live. This is what I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be created for, then you won't see the lessons that come from it. And I have examples of my life, and today was a perfect day for me to share this with you, because I was gifted a child, my firstborn. He's a child he's my son, and I love him to pieces. And he was born with special needs. He was labeled in school, but I didn't accept the reality from the moment he was given to me. I struggled with that, and I felt defeated. I felt like it was my fault. I started to point fingers at myself because I thought I did something to cause him to be born that way, not understanding that I had to accept and love on him for what he is. He's a creation. He's God's beautiful child. And I love him and I adore him. And I sort of had to come to the terms that God gave him to me because I was going to know how to handle him and I was going to know how to love on him. And if you have a child with special needs, with autism, or if you even have a family member who struggles with education and has been labeled or bullied, you know what that means. You know, you want to create a nest over your children and you don't want anyone to come and to hurt them. And this world is a very sad place to live in. So I had, as an educator myself, I had to come to terms with that. Like, I had to accept the fact that I couldn't change who he was, and I couldn't change his neurons. I couldn't change his ability to learn. All I could do was control the situation and learn from the situation and use the situation to grow myself as a mom of a child with special needs. And it hurts because today he had a talent show in his school. He's in high school now. So as you can imagine, when children, like, they pass from the elementary stage and they go into middle school, their parents stop participating in their school activities because they're old now and they don't really need you. And you know, the thought is, they're not even going to notice me, or they don't want to hang around with me. But the reality is, it doesn't matter how old your child is, when they're doing a special activity in school and they have practiced and they have, you know, tried to be perfect on that stage, and they get on that stage, they look into the audience and you know they're looking for your face. And when they look at you, their eyes glisten because they're proud that you came out to see them. And I did that today with my son, and I have the luxury of being a stay-at-home mom, and I work from home, so I'm able to control my schedule, control my hours, and I scheduled my priority first, and he is one of my biggest priorities. And I went to his talent show, and it was sad. It was sad because there was this auditorium and a big room filled with children and students with special needs at the high school level, coming out of their own courage and stepping on that stage to share their talent with us. And they have some good talent. I'm going to share a video later. They made me laugh. They made me cry. I clapped. I danced. I sang. And I enjoyed them. But sadly, there was only 1 or 2 rows full of parents when there was so many of them that were there. So I could imagine there was over 100 students and maybe 10 parents. So I could only imagine what they felt like to look into the audience and know that their parents don't care. And then to think of who they are and how society looks at them. Because then I posted a picture and, you know, a lot of things are said against children with special needs. Like, no, don't do that. People are going to feel sorry for them. Or don't post that because people are going to feel pity for them. And in my eyes, nobody has to feel pity for them. Or nobody has to feel pity for each individual person because they're actually to be admired. I honor each one of them because they have even more courage than most adults and more people that are in their 5 senses and still don't dare to step out and add life into other people. So when I stood there, I was like, I'm glad I'm here to celebrate my son. I'm glad I'm here to celebrate all of them and to acknowledge their hard work and to, you know, appreciate their talent. But it's taken me some growth to be able to do that. And I'm not going to lie, it hurts me to know that maybe my son won't have the same opportunities that other teenagers will have. And I don't go as far as like my future, what my future holds. and when I'm not here any longer, because why should I go there? I just need to remain right now and know that in my heart and in my gut, everything will be figured out. And that's a conquering spirit. Not giving up on those you love because things are difficult. Because maybe they have a sickness that you don't have the solution to. Or maybe your child has something that you wish they didn't. You can't control it. All you can do is grow from that experience and make their life that much better and worth living for. So many people ask me, so why is it that you call your team Team Conqueror or Team Conquer? And that's it. I like to surround myself with like-minded people. So I'm always constantly speaking to other women, to other moms, to other wives, to other people who are in this world, and they realize that they're not giving up, that things are shady, that things are dark, that the circumstances are hard, but they're just going to dig their heels into their faith, and they're just going to figure things out. And they're going to keep on moving on, and they're going to keep on moving forward, because life is all about that. Imagine if we gave up on our negative chapters of life, then at the end of this road, we wouldn't have a nice story. I'm one that I call on victory over my life, and I'm going to end this story with a victory ending, because I believe in that. I believe that we all have that. I believe we all have the capability of doing so. So I surround myself with women who may not be there, but who believe they can. I'm surrounded constantly by women who say, oh, Niris, you inspired me to do this and you inspired me to do that. And I tell them, I'm honored to be able to inspire you. But now what will you do with that? Because the struggle you just overcame will be able to help somebody else. But if you keep it to yourself, it's almost like you just hid your own struggle so that nobody else is served. And if you don't want to go through the same struggle again, my advice is to share your victory so that you can step up into the levels that you are in. Because if you stay in the same level, you're just going to go around the circle and around the circle and around the circle and going through the same circumstances. So if you want to change to a new page, start sharing your stories, your struggles, and let that be someone else's message of hope. Because had I stayed in my defeated mindset as a parent when my son was born and when he was given his label in first grade, had I stayed or remained stubborn, had I stayed and remained feeling defeated, he wouldn't have a supportive mom right now. Someone who is willing to face life in its face and say, we're going to figure this out. Society doesn't fully accept you. Society wants to pity you. But you have your mom, you have your dad, you have your family who have never looked or like, hemos bajado la mirada, feeling embarrassed for you. Because we're not. We've treated my son like, you'll see him and you'll see him participate in many things, like he is just the same as everyone else. Maybe he won't be able to participate in sport activities because, as you know, it's all about winning. So when he's tried out for teams, the team recognizes, or the coach recognizes, that he does not pair up to the same abilities of the other teammates, so he doesn't get accepted to the team. And I'm one that if you're going to bash my child, then I'm not going to bring him in, because I'm sorry. No, I'm here to protect him, because that's my job. And as a conqueror, that's another thing we do. We notice that someone is about to go down, and we're the first ones that are going to get in the ring and fight for them. Because hell no. You want to see a warrior? Mess with my kid. And I'm sure there's other moms that are just like that. And if he's not going to be included like the same or the rest of the team, then he won't be there. He won't be part of it, because to me, that's what a team is. So what I want to say to you is, we're here to uplift each other, and I want you to know that this page is for you. This page is to serve your life. This page is to motivate you, to inspire you, but also to educate you and to give you some sort of light, to let you know that life is not always going to be beautiful pink roses. Hi, Lady Ling. Hi, Adamis. It's not going to be pink roses and blue skies and rainbows all the time. But there will be those days where you will have those moments, and those moments should be celebrated as well, just like you celebrate the dark days. Okay? But this is your page, and this is the page for conquerors. And when I come in here from now on, I'm going to welcome you as my conquer tribe. And when I create a message that I am directing it to you, I'm going to hashtag it conquer tribe. So I want you to know that I recognize that we have a connection, that you are just like me. And we need to stick together, because there's not a lot of people like us. There's not a lot of people who believe they can figure things out. There's more than not, there's a lot of people who sit back and just wait for life to happen to them. Not that they are willing to happen to life. And there's many others like you and me who are willing to serve other people and to turn our mess into other people's hope, onto other people's message of hope. And we are those people who are willing to make an impact, not only in our lives, but in the lives of those people who surround us. And that's why I honor you and I thank you for being part of my journey, because you are part of me. And I believe we're here to serve one another and to give each other hope in the midst of the storm. And just so that you know, when I say that I'm a team leader, you may not know what that means. That just means that I lead by example, and whatever I've learned, I teach to you. And if you want to make a change in your health, in your fitness, and in your finances, I'm here to support you. And I understand that it's a departmentalized work that has to happen. And I'm here to support you, because all of your areas need to be in sync so that you can live abundantly. And I believe, as you know, that we have all been created with a purpose, and our purpose is to live an abundant life. And we can't live an abundant life if one of those areas is not in order. Thank you, Idamis. So if you feel like you want to connect with me, you want to talk to me more about what is it that I do, I am more than willing to guide you through my process. I'm more than willing to take you in as one of my personally sponsored coaches, and I will mentor you so that you too can become a conqueror, because you may not be there, but you are wishing to be one, because chances are something connected you with me. We have similar stories, and we need to work together. We need to share our struggles and partner up so that our world can be a brighter one, because obviously we can't depend on others to do that. Thank you, Lady Ling. Thank you, Idamis. I'm always learning from you guys as well. This is a give and take. And that's the other thing. You are always willing to serve. And when you serve, you actually receive more than you give, because that's what life is all about. You give hope, you get back hope. You give love, you get back love. You give confidence, you get back confidence. You give support, you get back support. So you never feel alone. If this message touched you and you want to share it with others that you feel this can help, then go ahead and just click on the share button. If you want to communicate with me or you want to be part of my Conquer tribe, just comment below. You can just use an emoji, your favorite emoji. I like the one that has the little lady that goes like this. Or message me, you know where to find me. And I will see you soon. So have yourself a fabulous afternoon. And love ya.